Hello and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Alfonso Peluso and I'm an Associate Teaching Professor in the College of Architecture at IIT, the home of the legendary Mies van der Rohe. And I'm adjunct faculty at Columbia College in the Interior Architecture program. Shout out to all my students. I hope you're having a great day. Today, it's a little warmer. We're looking at 9 degrees here in Chicago. I hope the weather's great where you're at. Today, we're going to be looking at MidJourney style and stylize parameters, which you can control the style of the renderings or images that MidJourney creates for you. And we're going to end up with something like this. I'm going to share at the end some secret tips in my prompt, some secret terms or words to put in your prompt to get an image like what you're seeing on the screen here. But before we jump into it, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Search me up on YouTube, click the subscribe button, and click all to receive all the notifications so you don't miss anything. If you're into digital design, if you're an architecture or design student, there is something here for you. Help me get to 14,000 subscribers. Also, connect with me on Instagram at my first name Alfonso _ my last name Peluso. See what kind of AI images I'm generating. See what I'm up to with my students. See the work that they're producing. Help me get to 3,000 followers. That would be great. All right, let's jump into today's tutorial. So, if you go to docs.midjourney.com, you'll get this page, MidJourney documentation. And you can go to the quick start guide at the bottom. And there's a lot of tabs on the left that you can take a look at. And there's everything here. And we're going to go down to style and aesthetics. And I'm going to click the down arrow for that. And you see we have stylize and we have style. And some other ones there are some really good ones. So let's start with the style parameter because that one's really simple. You really only have style raw. That's the only thing that you can do. And what that does is it takes away the default aesthetic of MidJourney and makes it look more like a photograph if you're into that. I like my images to have some sort of style. So style raw isn't something that I use very often, but it's something we can take a look at. And that works in the new MidJourney version. I'm using MidJourney 6.0 at the moment. So that's style. And then we're going to have stylize. So we'll go to that in a second. But first, let's look at style. So I have a simple prompt here. A simple prompt meaning pretty much just the subject. An exterior eye level view. So I'm telling MidJourney what view I would like, that it's outside, it's exterior, it's taken from an eye level. It's of a home in Chicago in the parametric style, which I don't know if that's a style yet, but I think it will be at some point because MidJourney thinks it's a style. And I say what the home is made from: lace-like wood with fine filigree patterns on multifaceted building geometry situated between two existing homes. So it's a very generic, plain, basic prompt. It doesn't have anything related to style, and we'll get to that toward the end of the video. So for right now, I'm just going to put in dash dash. That's for any parameter that I have. And I'm going to type in style, and I'm going to make a space and type in raw. So style raw, and let's see what MidJourney gives us. All right, so you can see it's very generic. Looks very real, looks photographic, has photorealism to it, but it doesn't have any style. Like, it's maybe not showing the weather of that day. It's not giving us certain types of shadows or certain types of light filtering. It's very generic. And right now, generic in version 6.0 is just highly realistic. That's just where we're at with AI these days in version 6. So that's style raw. So let's look at stylize. So stylize. You can type in the word stylize, the full word, or you can just type in dash dash S. and it's between 0 and 1,000. That's what we have to work with. 0 being the least amount of style, 1,000 being the most. And the default style is at 100. So that's what MidJourney is working at right now, a default of 100. So let's start there. Let's take a look at the default of 100. So / imagine. I'm going to put in -- space 100. So that is the default. That's what I can expect MidJourney to make typically any given day with this sort of prompt. And you see what's interesting is it took away the -- S100 because it knows that's the default. So it just took it right out of the prompt. So that's pretty interesting. All right, let's take a look at that. So it's a little less photorealistic. The buildings, the two existing buildings on either side of the homes, they're a lot softer. They have like soft shadows, and they look like they're coming out of some rendering package like Lumion or V-Ray. And then the buildings themselves again have like an ambient occlusion, which is like the objects of them casting shadows on themselves, not necessarily from a sunlight. And you're getting some soft shadows and warm wood tones throughout. So it's less like a photo that you would just stand there and take with your phone. It's more of something that's been edited in Photoshop and or gone through some sort of rendering process. So this is where MidJourney is at with a style of 100. So let's just take a look at a few more different styles here. And as I mentioned, we're going to get to looking at some key terms, some key words to really give it some style, like was shown in the image at the beginning of the video. Okay, so we're going to type in -- and I'm going to type in space, and I'm going to give it just, let's just go with 0, and that's, I imagine, going to be something like style raw. So we'll just take a look at that for a base point. Comparing it to the last image, yeah, it's moving more toward trying to be a photograph. It's interesting because it looks a little less composed, I guess, like a little bit less believable for this. Like the angles, there's something going on with the angles that are kind of interesting, at least in that upper left one. But you know, it shows the realistic car in the front, so it's moving more toward a photograph. So it's a lot like style raw. Okay, so let's go the other extreme. Let's go to style equal 1,000. That's the highest we can go with the style. So -- space 1,000. And let's see what MidJourney is going to be up to with that. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. All right, so this is 1,000. And with this group of images, 1,000 means that it's dusk and the lights get turned on inside. So that's like MidJourney loves to do that with architectural images. It loves lighting up the inside and making these kind of dusk type of images. Now, it depends on what your prompt is. It sometimes I've noticed it gives me like a really stylized sky with a lot of clouds. I guess it depends on the prompt. But with this particular prompt, yeah, the style was lighted up from the inside. I like what we had before. Like in terms of style, if this was my only, if this is all I was gonna do with the prompt, I really liked. Let's see which one it was. It was this one. I really liked this one in terms of style. I thought the buildings on the side were, you know, they had softer shadows and they were less realistic and they blurred the car in this one in the upper left. So what style was that? So that was a style of 0, that one? That's interesting. Let's take a look at this. Let's make sure I'm getting the right ones. This is a style raw. This is style 0. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking below. Okay. No, this was style This was MidJourney style. So this was the style of 100. So that was the default MidJourney. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's put some words in instead of relying on the style. Let's get us a really good prompt, and we'll talk about it. Okay, so / imagine. All right, this prompt: an exterior eye-level view of a home in Chicago in the parametric style, made from lace-like wood with fine filigree patterns on multifaceted building geometry, situated between two existing homes. That's what we were using prior to this. Now I'm going to add in some keywords: strong, warm wood tones. So make those wood tones warm. Some people in the foreground. Tree-lined street. And here's my favorite one. I can't believe it. I'm sharing this with everybody, but it's ethereal, heaven-like light. I love that one. And then ambient occlusion will give you some more shadows particularly of objects casting on each other, and then just soft shadows throughout. So that's the prompt. Let's see what we get. No style. The style is built into the prompt. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, I mean, these images are just gorgeous. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Zoom in on these. Just truly gorgeous what MidJourney is producing in 6.0 here. And it listened to my prompt. Tree-lined streets, people in the foreground, ambient occlusion, heaven-like light. I mean, just really soft shadows, ambient occlusion throughout. Super excited about where MidJourney's going. All right. Well, that's it for today's tutorial. You're going to see my head pop up in the upper left. You're going to see some videos pop up in the upper right and the lower right. Give me a like. Comment on what you liked in the video and maybe what you'd like to see more of. All right. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.